Hi there and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's dive into today's top stories. Ian Wright amazed by 26-year-old Arsenal player recently. Arsenal legend Ian Wright has heaped praise on Gabriel Magalhaes for his brilliance in set pieces recently. The Brazil international scored a goal and assisted another in Arsenal's 5-0 win over Crystal Palace last week, and he won the Player of the Match award as well, and Wright is beyond impressed with him. Arsenal need help from all their players to score goals, as they don't have a forward who will guarantee 25 goals on his own. Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Martinelli and Martin Odegaard all got into double figures last season, but they haven't been as prolific this time around. So the Gunners have had to be really efficient in set pieces, and Gabriel Magalhaes is arguably the Gunners' biggest threat of corners and free kicks. The Brazilian scored against Liverpool at Anfield in the 1-1 draw just before Christmas, and he doubled his tally against Palace inside 11 minutes last weekend. Ian Wright was full of praise for Gabriel on his podcast yesterday. He claimed the 26-year-old was absolutely unstoppable against the Eagles last Saturday. He said on Wright's house, "I'm quite pleased that now, yes, we have got the set pieces that can maybe give us the goals, especially when you have got someone like Gabriel Magalhaes attacking it like that. He was like a monster, he was like Godzilla going through town in that box, he was unstoppable." Alan Shearer described Arsenal star Gabriel Magalhaes as a man mountain in the box yesterday, and he is absolutely right. The Brazilian has been amazing for the Gunners in both boxes since he joined the club back in 2020. He scored on his debut against Fulham back then, and he has been a big threat in every set-piece situation since. Over the last 3.5 years since Gabriel made his debut, no defender in the Premier League has scored as many goals as him, 12. That number could definitely go up in the coming weeks and months, which would really benefit Arsenal in their pursuit of the Premier League title. 23-year-old Arsenal player's agent says he is not leaving the Emirates this month. Jakub Kiwior's agent has revealed that the Arsenal defender has been subject to approaches from clubs this January transfer window. The Polish international only joined the North London side 1 year ago from Spezia, with Kiwior yet to prove himself as a regular in Mikel Arteta's strongest starting 11. Performances this season have been mixed, and reports have indicated that a number of clubs were interested in signing Kiwior both on loan and on a permanent deal. However, speaking to TVP Sport via Chris Watley, Kiwior's agent Powell has claimed that Kiwior will remain with Arsenal and honour his contract with the North London side. The Polish agent said on Kiwior's Arsenal future the following: "He is an Arsenal player, he has a valid contract, and according to all our information, he is a player for years. We have specific inquiries about him from many clubs, but everything is decided by Arsenal and their position is clear, he will stay." Labelled as an extraordinary defender, Kiwior's Arsenal career has been an unusual one, with the former Serie A star proving in patches that he has the quality to succeed in the Premier League. The Polish international is one of the physically fittest players in the Arsenal squad, with Kiwior's speed a good reason why the defender has a shot at making it with the North London side in the future, and the Gunners are making the right decision this January in keeping hold of Kiwior, with the former Spezia man needing more time to show what he is truly capable of with Arsenal. Moreover, there could be some good resale value in Kiwior if Arteta does eventually decide to sell the defender, and the North London side won't be getting that this January based on the current market. 23-year-old player now ready to quit Arsenal. He wants to join former club. Nuno Tavares is reportedly eager to rejoin Olympique Marseille. with the Arsenal defender linked with a move to the French club. The Portuguese youngster spent last season out on loan with the League One side, where Tavares endured a mixed spell, despite emerging as one of Marseille's most prolific goal scorers for the campaign. Currently out on loan at Nottingham Forest, Arsenal are reportedly keen to offload Tavares for good this year, with Marseille already linked with a move for the former Benfica left-back, and according to RMC Sport, the defender himself now wants a move back to the south of France with Marseille, who themselves are willing to bring the fullback in this January. As per the report, Marseille are in the market for a left-back, meaning that a loan move for Tavares is more than possible if Forest are willing to send the defender back to Arsenal. Indeed, Arsenal offloading Tavares for good this January would be quite the move from the North London side, and Marseille could be willing to spend big on the 23-year-old fullback. Arsenal are arguably one of the worst selling clubs in the Premier League, with the Gunners either losing players for free or for well below their market value. Yet, Tavares could be a rare and welcome exception to the rule if the North London side can bring the Portuguese defender back from his loan spell with Forest. As we know, the fullback wants a move to Marseille, with the French club just as interested in re-signing Tavares, potentially even on a permanent deal. And for Arsenal, offloading the former Benfica man for good and potentially for a profit would be an exceptional piece of business from the Gunners, who know they must get rid of Tavares. Arsenal are considering late move to sign former Tottenham player. Kyle Walker-Peters is a player whom Gunners supporters should keep an eye on, according to a report from Team Talk. Since leaving Tottenham for Southampton for £12 million, the 26-year-old has performed well. He has not missed a single minute of the championship this season. In the summer, Walker-Peters was being watched by Arsenal, the fullback has been linked to Chelsea, and Mauricio Pochettino appears to be interested in getting back together with the player he managed at Tottenham. Walker-Peters might not be Arsenal's most notable acquisition. He can, however, play any fullback position with great ease. He made his Spurs Premier League debut at left-back, demonstrating his skill on that side of the field. Considering that he is competing in the second division, Southampton are probably not going to be interested in selling him for a low price. Therefore, it's unexpected that Arsenal is being mentioned as a possible Walker-Peters admirer before the end of the transfer window. The Gunners are looking to add depth to their fullback positions. Signing Walker-Peters could help them rotate Ben White at right back and Zinchenko at left back. Chris Sutton says bulldozer striker is absolutely perfect for Arsenal. Arsenal have been linked with a move for a Brentford striker Ivan Toney in the January transfer window. On December 30, The Independent reported that the Gunners want to sign Toney. Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta personally wants to bring the 27-year-old to the Emirates Stadium. TalkSport journalist Alex Crook said last week that Arsenal could bid for the England international striker in the final days of the January transfer window if they get desperate. Former Chelsea striker Chris Sutton has said that Toney is perfect for Arsenal and has explained why. Sutton said about Toney on BBC Radio 5 Live the following: "In the summer, actually I think he would be a fit for Arsenal. He is a different type of striker to what they have got, Arsenal, and the fact that his link-up play is pretty exceptional. I think he would be a good fit, but that's going to be based on how much Brentford want for him. There is talk of £100 million, which is pretty extraordinary if he went for that figure. The other thing which he does offer is that physical presence when teams want to defend deep, which they often do against Arsenal. He does have that real physical presence. He can head the ball well as a central striker, which is something different to what they have got. Jesus, he's not the biggest. He is not a natural goal scorer. You've got Havertz, who I don't think wants to play as a number 9. You have got Nketiah, who is a different type as well. Toney, He is deft, he is clever, but he can also be a bulldozer and crush in there and head a goal in, which is something Arsenal don't have. In my opinion, Arsenal will not be able to sign Ivan Toney from Brentford in the January transfer window. I do not see Brentford selling Toney in the middle of the season. After all, the Bees are fighting for survival in the Premier League. The English striker has made 69 appearances in the Premier League so far in his career. Toney has scored 33 goals and given 9 assists in those matches. Brilliant striker has told his club he wants out now after claims Arsenal could sign him. Karim Benzema reportedly wants to leave Saudi Arabia following a bust-up with Al Ittihad's management, with Arsenal linked with the striker. The 36-year-old attacker was one of many high-profile names to make the move to the Middle East this summer, with Benzema one of the highest-paid athletes in sport, having signed for Al Ittihad. However, the 2022 Ballon d'Or winner has failed to settle in Saudi Arabia, with Benzema butting heads with Al Ittihad officials and asking for a temporary move from the club. Now, according to the Straits Times, Benzema is pushing to leave Al Ittihad, with Arsenal reportedly one of the clubs interested in signing the former Real Madrid superstar. Lauded as brilliant by the Daily Mail, Benzema could be the perfect short-term solution to Arsenal's problems in the centre-forward position this season, and with the attacker now eager to leave Saudi Arabia, the North London side would be wise to make a big push in the final days of the January window to sign Benzema. Even at 36, it will be hard to find any Arsenal fan who wouldn't pass up on the chance to sign Benzema this January, who nearly 10 years ago was strongly linked with a move to North London from Madrid. With the Gunners short of options in the market, signing Benzema could be the way forward for the North London side, especially if the former France international is keen on a move to the Premier League. Indeed, whilst there is already rival interest from the likes of Chelsea, Arsenal know they have what it takes to sign a striker as great and as legendary as Benzema. And the sooner the Gunners make a move for the forward, the better prepared Arsenal will be for the post-January run, which includes massive games against the likes of Liverpool and Porto. Arsenal is still in contact to sign £50 million player this month. They haven't given up. Reports suggest that Arsenal haven't given up on selling Thomas Partey in the next 7 days, which could produce an opportunity. And with that in mind, Belgian journalist Pieter-Jan Colquhoun has now confirmed that Arsenal have remained in talks for Everton's Amad Onana. The journalist claimed that Arsenal are still in contact with Onana's camp, and also pointed out Everton's need to sell this month. Sharing his update on X, the journalist said, "Although Arsenal is still in contact with the Onana camp and Everton, it seems that the club will first have to sell players before it can make significant pushes." Of course, Arsenal fans may be buoyed by the idea that the club haven't quite given up on a deal just yet. It seems as if Nuno Tavares could also potentially leave the club permanently this month, another sale that could raise funds. And were Arsenal to sanction departures for Partey and Tavares, and maybe even the likes of Cedric Soares, an opportunity could present itself. £50 million rated Onana would clearly improve Arteta's midfield, allowing Declan Rice to play as a number 8 when wanted. And, as well as a deal for Onana, Arsenal could also benefit from a loan deal for a striker who simply can't stop scoring. Arsenal and Chelsea transfer target has made his decision on his next club. In a recent interview, Victor Osimhen disclosed that he has already made his decision on where he will play next season. The Napoli forward has established himself as one of the best offensive players in Europe and was a major factor in the team's third Scudetto victory last season. The Premier League teams that are reportedly interested in signing the Nigerian international are Chelsea and Arsenal, both of which need strong offensive firepower. However, Osimhen put a stop to rumors of a January transfer when he signed a massive new contract to stay with the Serie A winners. Speculation over Osimhen's potential 24-25 destination is still rampant as the forward is happy to make references to a possible career in English football. In an interview with CBS Sports on Tuesday afternoon, Osimhen indicated that while it would take some time for it to be made public, the 25-year-old had made up his mind about his future. He said, "A rumor is going around about me linked with the Premier League. When you are one of the hottest strikers in the globe, you expect this kind of thing, of course. Premier League is one of the biggest and best leagues in the world. At Napoli, I just signed a new contract. I enjoy my time there, going through it with the team, and at the end of the season, I already made up my mind. I know what I want to do with my career. Since I have started, I have been the one taking my own decisions, and everything's working out for me, even though when I started, it didn't go as well as planned, but I already had my plan. I already know the next step I want to take. For now, I just want to finish the season as strong as I can, then go relax somewhere with my daughter, think about my life, and then finally come out with the decision I have already made." With a high asking price of over £130 million for their best player, Napoli are only willing to part with their striker if they get a record fee for the Nigerian. It remains to be seen who Osimhen will sign for. As we wrap up today's Arsenal news, remember to stay tuned for daily updates right here on the channel. Don't miss out on the latest updates, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a like if you found this information valuable. Your support means the world to us. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.